Hello guys and welcome to episode 12 of my 737 build. In this episode I'll be building this exact FMC console, and the reason why it's already built is because I'm doing a bit of post editing, and in the last week several people have mentioned that I got the angles wrong. I've been working through drawings and the virtual cockpit, as you probably have seen in the previous episodes. However, I got the angles wrong, and that became very apparent after a few people pointed it out. It's currently sat at 15 degrees from the horizontal and it needs to be 30 degrees. I've now drawn up a new set of plans that are available on the website with a full 30 degrees. This means that I have to come back, take this apart, either slice and dice it or completely create a new one. For the time being, this is how the build went. It's Saturday morning, the sun is out, the plans are printed, my wood pile is behind me. Let's get started. This is the wood pile. This is from leftover projects in the past. It's all red Meranti. There's some Salmat Batu. It's really big heavy wood here. Some of the wood's really good still, even though it's been here for years. And some of it is completely termite infested and ready for the bin. In fact, even though it's a hardwood, a soft hardwood, it's like balsa wood now. You can actually put your finger through the planks like that. So in fact, I'll see if I can save that bit, but at the moment I need a slightly bigger bit. That's all the hardwood stock cut, 18 by 18 millimeter square stock and 30 by 30 millimeter square stock. I think I need to change the blade in the table saw. It is completely blunt. Right, it's struggling to get through this relatively easily wood. Now it's time to find some MDF. I need 12 millimeter, 6 millimeter. That's it. From page 1. The FMC sidewall, I've created a 3mm template, and this was just to make sure that this matches the MIP inside and fits perfectly. Now it appears to be absolutely spot on, so now I can cut these out of the 12mm and the 6mm MDF as required. Let's bring on the big sheets. Okay, let's just put some of these lines a bit straighter before I cut them. Yeah, that's better. And that is the right hand side done. It has to be the right hand side because we're using scrap MDF and there's a big gouge. Oh, come on. Nimble fingers here. That's all the MDF cut, the big sections anyway. Now they need holes in. That be for all the cabling and the wires. So each section needs a hole. I'm going to go inside and let the CNC machine do that. It can produce a much neater hole cut out than I can do freehand. Well, that's the parts back from the CNC machine inside. They've They've all got their nice cutouts in now, and at the top. So now it's time to start assembly. The bit I've been looking forward to all day. Let me get some of that stock I created earlier. Just went inside to get my trusty digital angle gauge. Not that it needs to be digital today, because I just want to make sure that this angle is the same as I'm about to cut. A bit like that. Wow, 105 degrees. The plans say 105 degrees. That's pretty spot on. Just popped inside to get the monitor. It just occurred to me that I actually haven't trial fitted the size of this. So hopefully that goes in there. And I have to say, this is getting... my accuracy normally isn't this good, but that is absolutely spot on. So I'll take that. Well, that didn't go in straight, did it? I've made 2 spacing blocks to make sure that the gap is absolutely perfect. Boom. Rubbish. Here we go. Let's try that again. Okay. Right. Not going to glue this part on, just going to screw it on for the time being in case there's any adjustments that are required later on. Bugger. Measured it wrong. Not 207, 217. And that'll explain why the hole isn't in the centre. Rubbish. GoPro, stop recording. Attempt number 2. Bringing the spacer block to the top to make sure that they are exactly equal. Well, we're getting there. Flip around, stick the back on. Was that a bird or a bat? Good morning, it's Sunday here. This is what I achieved last night. Now, I had a problem with the audio, and some of it I'll have to cut out because there was just no audio, the mic failed. However, quick recap, these plates here are just on temporary. This is The second one, after cocking up the first one, I measured wrong. So the front panel, this is the correct one, and now the hole's in the middle. Always a good start. I broke the foot by standing on it yesterday, so it's glued back on overnight now, and now I think the first thing to do is to build the foot up to make sure it doesn't happen again. Also, from the CNC machine, I cut the two FMC supports for the inside, which go, oh, excuse me, somewhere. They go like that. And they make sure that the FMC sits level. Okay, day 2 of the build, let's see how we can do. I thought I'd better explain what this little packing piece is for. It's 3mm MDF, and what that does is it slides down the side of the FMC. Here's the FMC here, and it supports the FMC side by sliding in there, and that will just fit in there like that, hopefully like that, and then the FMC should, in theory, there we go. Oh. Should fit in like that. Snug fit. Probably put it a little bit too tight on the tolerances. I'll go and put this back inside so the sunlight doesn't damage the screen, or I stick a tool through it. Here's the new finished foot. It's a much simpler and better design. What I've got to do is mark the width. I've got my spacer in at the bottom. Mark it up and have it cut. Let's take the clamps off from the top. That means I can take the sides off and get these bolted from the inside out. So that just leaves the radiuses to go on the corners here, both sides, and the back to trim. Let's head over to the router table. It's another day here in Brunei. I finished work and I'm desperate to get this painted today, at least primed. So first up on the list is I've bought all the components from inside. Now these were all CAD measured, so in theory they should be absolutely spot on. But to test the fit, I bought them all out, and what you'll notice is we've got a proper FMC here, so that'll go on the captain side, and we've got a block of wood and a bit of plastic on the front, basically a fake one to go on the first officer's side until I convert it to a real unit. Very handy having one to work from. Okay, so this one just hopefully slots into the capped inside, a bit like that. Perfect. Then we've got the monitor for the lower ECAS. Let me get all the sawdust off it. There we go. And that should fit into the slots. ECAS frame. Screen frame. And the dummy. And that's how it's going to look. Now, bit of a design change from the real aircraft, and that is, just so I can fit the monitor in correctly in the center here, there has to be a packing piece above it. And I'll cut that to size and paint it up with the rest. And that's this episode complete, guys. Thanks for watching. That's the lower ECAS and FMC panels complete. Hopefully this FMC on the left and the monitor will work. This is just fake for the time being because we have got an iPad that we can use as the secondary FMC. Until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye bye.